And here we are.
Here we are.
Back to
the future.
Wow. Amazing.
4.
Amazing.
They made a new one.
Is on the floor. Welcome back. NBC episode 4.
We moved networks. I think we're talking with TBS at this point.
We're going to be with Conan, dude?
I mean, the
He's
slot after him is like a late night slot, just like late.
A late night?
Yeah.
Cool.
Super late. Kind of like what Lily Singh has.
Late, what Lily Singh?
Super late, so no one can watch it.
Late,
so
like
no one
I
has to
am
consume
on my
that
period.
garbage. Oh,
got it. That's a pregnancy joke. I'm pregnant.
It's not mine.
Big Mommy Milky.
Because I'm your brother. And that's the only reason it's not mine.
I'm open-minded.
So how are you? How are we? What's going on?
What's going on? Lots going on.
A lot is going on.
A lot is going on.
Everything's going on.
Yeah, I was going to say that next.
The Smash community is on fire.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I hate life right now because I like Smash.
I know. See,
that's the hard part. I like Melee. I like Ultimate. I played Smash 4.
You're an OG.
Kinda.
I mean, okay. I would actually. You're not an OG.
OG-ish. I wasn't playing 64, but I played Melee with friends, and I took it seriously competitively like this year, and I've gotten okay.
I'd say you're good.
You say I'm good?
I'd say that you're good. I'd say that I would say I'm less than okay, and I'd say that you're good.
Okay, I'll take it. Thank you. But yes, and so I've been like enveloped in the competitive gaming scene for Smash, and like the two, I don't know, all top 3 players from the last game, so Smash 4, gone, deleted. Anything they ever did gone and tarnished and stained with the P word. Yeah. The pedo.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the pedo.
It's crazy.
It's gross. It's honestly gross.
It's very gross. It's a lot of a feeling. Like, you know, it's hard to put one adjective on it.
That's the one that's most affected me, but there's a mega thread on it. There's at least like 50 claims of whatever by whoever. And not to say that all of them are true or, you know, to the same degree, but they're out there, you know?
I was perusing it, and it's crazy. Like, you go to the one Smash Reddit.
Yeah, literally the Smash Bros. Reddit, and it's just like sexual assault mega thread. All the claims.
It's like, so, and it feels like it's taken this most recent incident to, well, I feel like maybe we should give context.
What?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, because maybe anyone watching isn't in the Smash community. So myself, so like, I've been playing Smash longer than you. So like, technically, I would consider myself an OG because I've been playing since 64. You know what I mean? As competitively as you can with friends. You know what I mean?
You were playing a casual competitive.
I went to like when I was like, you know,
fuck the people in your block up.
Exactly. 11, 12. I went to like small, you know, school tournaments and dumb shit like that for Melee. You know what I mean? But I was never like competitively in the scene. Until we started streaming Smash, you know, like what, in the last year?
Pretty much. That's when I've gotten into it.
I was forced to get into it because the way you learn something is like you learn absolutely everything about it until you're incredibly good at it and you know it inside and out, like a surgery.
Like Mewtwo King said, I'm not good at things. I'm just a nerd for a long period of time.
That's a good quote.
Basically. And then eventually it just happens that you're good because you know everything about what's going to happen, like in certain situations.
Right.
It's just
your humility is fading.
I'm sorry.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday!
Thanks. It is my birthday.
It's your birthday. It's the birthday
Everyone
podcast.
Tell me happy birthday. If you watch this far, be real and say happy birthday.
It's only 4 minutes in.
Yeah, this is easy. You don't have to watch an hour.
I feel like we should.
You got 4 minutes.
We'll put it in the title of this
we'll
one.
Pepper code words.
Bobby's
throughout.
birthday podcast.
We'll pepper it throughout.
Yeah.
And the code word for 25 minutes is paprika.
Paprika?
Like an old school video game. Like you needed to put in like the letters and the numbers to get. That was a thing. You don't know that?
No. For what game?
It was okay. So I had a lot of like Atari shit growing up, like just the plug and play things. It just had these random games.
Right.
And yeah, you couldn't get to. There wasn't like a memory card save. It was like, oh, you got to this certain. It was mostly Game Boy games. That's what it was. You got to a certain part of the game, and give you a code.
Oh, right. Okay.
To get back to that part of the game.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, like some games didn't have enough memory to like save,
or there was no saves at all.
Right.
It was just
because they
that was the
put
save.
it in the cartridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be like if you got this far. Arcade games did that too.
Yeah, that's another thing that did that.
Yeah.
But like just older games didn't have memory.
I know what you mean.
You
Sorry.
save shit.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
But
anyways, I don't know how we got there, but my
neither
point
do I.
is
I
that
forgot where we were.
Is that
either way,
I didn't really like even get involved. I think.
Yeah.
In being concerned about the Smash community.
You got involved because I got involved.
Because we started streaming it and we got a small audience, and it became something that just I started to care more about. It was fun and we liked it. It just
that's cool.
Peripherally, I guess I just learned more information about it.
Yeah.
So I'm not as attached to it as emotionally, I guess, as you are. Is my point.
Yeah. I cry every night.
I mean, I would too about this too, man.
This
is
but
so
it
like
didn't work.
my question, basically,
It was a small bridge.
in all of that, is that
I need to go bigger next time.
well, go big or go home.
That's
like
true.
if you're gonna try, I'm not gonna even finish.
I know.
I'm not gonna flesh out this joke.
No, we're gonna end there.
If my question is like, at what point did this all just come out? Did all these sexual allegations just come out now?
So,
or like how? Because it feels that way to me.
Yeah.
Like
pretty. I mean, well, like I said, they're to varying degrees. Some is just like, oh, you said this to me, I didn't like it. Feel my wrath on Twitter. And then there's other ones where it's like, I guess a 15-year-old can touch my nipples. You didn't read that far.
I know. Well, I guess what I'm asking is like the chronology of the situation. You know what I mean? Like, because it feels like all of this is coming out now.
Yeah.
Is that the case?
There were a few people that were like, there were murmurs. So there was one guy, there's a guy, J-Tails. He's a pretty good player, but he also made a lot of Smash content and had like coaching and shit. Like he was pretty like up there in far like relevancy. He was somewhat relevant. Like a lot of people watched him. He got something happen. It's so crazy because you can't even like. There's such degrees of severity that like just getting bunched in with it is like, oh, you're evil. You know, it's so weird on Twitter. Like it's black and white. But anyway, he was like a shithead when he was younger or something to a girl, or he was like asking for shit from younger people that followed him, something like that. I think it was some creepo shit with this one actually.
And that got like
he got canceled a bit essentially.
Dredged up recently.
Yeah. A year ago, there was kind of the same thing with another good player, with the same guy that's later. But
what?
So like a year before, the guy Ally got in trouble for dating 28-year-old dating like a let's go with 16-year-old. I forget the actual age.
So wait, this
is very young.
The CaptainZach?
Yes, Ally and CaptainZach. That was a year ago.
Are we doxing people here? I feel like this is public information. You know what I mean?
Oh, no,
this is... You feel like you're being really hesitant to say names.
On Twitter. Kind of. Oh, no, because I wanted to get... Because it's also the big catalyst for later. That was like the pretense.
That this situation with Ally and CaptainZach
that happened a year ago.
Which was?
Where a 28-year-old who was a good player, like since Brawl, who was really good, like top whatever. And this other kid... like 15-year-old CaptainZach, and he was 28, the one guy, and the kid was 15 years old.
Ew.
Yeah. And so they were doing whatever. I don't even care.
And that became public? How?
One of the friends in the group kind of like said some shit. Like he was like, this and that's doing this, and then they both denied it. So
and that spread to like
that's
media.
It just became like a rumor. Not even media, just like
within the community.
Yeah, like these people, go to the same tournaments. They see each other a lot. Sometimes, not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're a lot less intimate than you would imagine. But what was I going to say? So yeah, that was the pretense. They got in trouble. They're both banned because the kid CaptainZach was manipulating the guy he was seeing, the 28-year-old, into throwing games so that other people, because he was dating a 15-year-old.
Was he like, but so that was the pretense on like,
so yeah,
throw these games, or I'm going to tell people that.
So they dated. They must have broke up. Whatever.
And just for the sake of,
and then just real quick, he was he was telling him to throw games. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry,
Okay.
but just for the sake of explicitness, like explicitivity.
Explicatives. I have no idea.
They were doing more than dating. It was a sexual relationship.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, well, I just implied that with dating. I don't like.
I know, but
It's
I
gross
feel like
to
it's
talk
relevant.
about
It is, but it's relevant to the conversation. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because
I just put it under the umbrella of.
it's gross enough to be
dating.
dating, but like that. So, but like he was using the fact because it's what
Yeah.
anyone can deny that we were dating. You know, like what we were hanging out, just seeing when we went to the movie together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's dating? You know what I mean? I date you.
There's like I
We
don't
go on
know.
dates,
There's
don't
some
we?
type of I forget what it was. I saw like some type of psychology book or something
Mhm.
where there's like intimacy, like a distance. Like this is like the normal distance I talk to you at. You know,
Right.
like we're acquainted
Yeah.
and we whatever.
we love each other, I guess.
Sure, whatever. You fucking
Weirdo.
Yeah,
But
but like
like that in my basement.
if you, I don't know, if you're like, if you were like with a girl and like you were, you know, trying to get to know each other like that, you'd be like 2 feet apart. Like the average distance is like 3 feet. That's what we are.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like 2 feet apart or like, you know, a foot, something like that. There's that type of psychology or something to it. So if you're out with something, just hanging out, and you're hanging out like this, you're just on the couch, just chilling, or if you're on my lap, you know what I mean?
No,
There's
for
a
sure.
difference.
I can see a
And you're
visual
like,
contextual.
oh, I get it. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but again, that's only and the only reason I'm saying it is like I
just
think
can't stop imagining that. It's so
vocabulary. me sitting on your lap.
weird. It's just
You
like
can't stop imagining me sitting on your lap.
because it's so funny.
Go on.
It's so weird. Like, why would you be doing that?
Dad walks in.
Get up.
What?
We're just hanging out.
Oh, what?
This is what boys do.
Bros, literal bros can't sit on each other's laps.
Wow, you're fucking closed-minded pig. Why don't you sit on your bro's lap, dude? You don't have no bros,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. If you
Change
can't
it.
sit on your bro's lap, you ain't got bros. That's my saying.
If you're broless, there's no laps to be sat.
No laps for brolessness.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm having a fundraiser, laps for brolessness. I'm gonna run from here to Connecticut. Who's it?
Hi, laps for brolessness.
Laps for brolessness is a non-profit organization to give laps to your bros.
If you'd like to donate for $5, press 5.
Are you a bro that's got a lap or in need of one?
Come
Please
on down.
come to our facility.
We're looking for volunteers.
It's just a giant cafeteria with just like a bunch of people. Like it looks like a fucking rescue shelter after Katrina, but just like bros with laps.
It's like a bunch of bean bags laid around everywhere.
Just bean bags, of course. Come on, dude.
Just like bean bags. Like it's really.
How do you sit on someone's lap in a bean bag?
Just-
That's basically just laying on somebody.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I mean,
the funding at Bros for Broless Laps is just like it's minimal.
burlap bag. That's how broless laps. Burlaps.
But
You ever
yeah,
seen those beanbag couches?
we tried to get one for
They're kind
for
of
camp, like the kind we fill up with air. Is that what you mean?
No.
Oh no,
I mean like a big ass
the
beanbag.
yeah,
They're expensive.
dude, they're like that's the real nice one. But I forget what they're called. The brand is like $400 for like the small
yeah,
one.
That's what I was gonna say. Something like that. I remember I was at somebody's apartment that had one of those.
They're
and
comfy.
It still fits like one person though. You just get more room on the beanbag.
Depends what size you get. Because
Yeah.
there are like couch size ones.
Yeah, that's. But who wants that?
If you go to
really,
like
you know,
they sell them in like stores that are like
do you
next.
want more than one person on a beanbag?
I mean, it depends what your level of intimacy is.
Yeah, we could be beanbag buddies.
You and me?
No, not you.
Hey, what? You can't hang out on a beanbag with your bros?
Beanbag bros.
Hi, this is Bros Without Beanbags,
Bros
formerly known
known as
the organization formerly known as Bros Without Laps.
no laps for bros.
No laps for bros.
Laps for brolessness.
Laps. I forget what it
I
was.
know. I forgot what it was too.
I forgot immediately. We'd be terrible on an improv
We're
show.
bad at names. The only name that we know is Franklin. Ben Franklin.
That cash.
Yeah, that was the worst. No, don't validate me. No, I take that back. Can we edit this?
Don't make it my fault.
No, it was your fault.
No, this is going.
You
smooth.
accepted it,
Going through.
and I don't respect you
The
for
first rules of improv is yes and. Okay, I can't shut
it.
down what
You're
you
just
say.
like,
yes. And
sure.
Also, there's another dumb thing. But anyways, to get back on topic.
So yeah, back to that.
Yeah. So
So that was the pretense to everything.
Well, no, yeah. So just like the point of what everything that we just said was that I think that vocabulary matters in this specific situation because the only people that would be able to just have a contextual opinion of it were people that were involved or just seeing what was happening specifically, or you know what I mean. Yeah. So like I think to say to talk about it, it's important for us to say that it was a sexual relationship between a 28-year-old and a 15-year-old. That's what I'm saying.
It was definitely that.
And that was the biggest catalyst, right?
Well, that was, like I said, that was a pretense. It happened like a year ago.
And you said he was manipulating Ally to throw games?
He's banned too. They're both banned.
Is that confirmed?
Oh, yeah, 100%. There's new messages. I don't know if they were out before, but I've seen them on Twitter of, like, the messages between them. And he's being brutal. He's like, throw these matches, you fucking bitch. He's like, what? It's like, throw it against like this DMs? Guy. Yeah, like on Discord or text messages, it's all screenshots.
And this is what I mean, like how you're like a little more involved in the scene than
like
I am.
Literally, so I have a Twitter literally to follow the people I like in Smash, and that's it because they post shit there, or just like the few people I follow.
Yeah.
And everything on my Twitter timeline is related to this or about this, or has been at least for the last like 2 weeks, because that's how long. I mean, it's been like the last month. Like rollback net play on Melee came out, which was basically like quick play for Melee.
That was like 2.5, 3 weeks ago.
Not even. It was like, yeah, I could say like maybe like 2.5, if that. It might have been 2 weeks. Like that's how short. And then right after that, a lot of the shits are coming. Because then there was the girl who was a commentator.
When did that come out? Yeah, this one's crazy
that
too.
That one came out, I think, around the same time. Because that was the real, I think, catalyst for a lot of this. Was her, because she was.
And what's her name?
Senpai,
and she's a commentator.
Senpai, yes. So she got popular because this was this guy in Smash 4 that was a really good player. I don't know how, like what placing he was, but he was notable.
Do you remember his name?
Wadi was his name. Wadi. And he basically proposed to this girl on stage at one of the tournaments. So
Senpai.
Ultimate Clout come up.
Oh.
Oh fuck, dude! Let's shoot at 7 o'clock.
We're 17 minutes in. We need like 25 more minutes, and we're good.
Yeah. Do you want to come over for cake?
Yeah. Oh wait, Savannah's there.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes.
It's your birthday.
We're supposed to be doing that now.
We're supposed to be saying happy birthday
right now. I forgot, but we'll do more. Don't worry. It is my birthday. I say what goes.
All right. So then here's what I say.
Anyway, no. Senpai Wadi proposed to her. She got clout. She was a commentator in the community. Turns out somebody put out a story that she was doing some things, same kind of sexual things, with a 14-year-old.
Oh, so 14-year-old wasn't Wadi.
No.
Oh, okay.
It was a different guy. Puppe was the guy's
right.
name. And yeah, he was 14 at the time. And he was 14, but he looks like he was 9 years old.
Yeah, I seen him. I seen the pictures, and I watched the video that you sent me, and it was like.
And that's totally some shit.
Honestly, that's crazy. We can watch that video.
We could. Yes.
Yeah, pull that up. It's in the Discord. Let's go to the Discord. We might have to like minimize this and open it.
We can put it over here. Right.
Yeah.
Wait. We're prepared. You're not prepared. Shut up.
We know what to do.
That should be it.
Hey.
Okay. So.
What were you guys looking at?
Nothing, Mom.
But yeah. So you sent me this video where it's like,
where's Discord?
Do you know who made this video? I
don't, but it's
a compilation of all like
just kind of like
a bunch of sus incidences where this person Senpai. It's like very clear that these two are like involved in some way that they could be, to what you said earlier about. I'm gonna go to the stream real quick. Is it?
It's not up yet. All right, we're ready now. Are we cool?
Yeah, I think we're good.
We're cool. I'm cool. What about you?
Yeah, just play that. Perfect. You don't have to put it in full. Just put it.
Oh yeah, that's gonna suck.
All right.
So these are clips of the girl with this 14-year-old kid. She was 22. He was 14.
At this time, in 2016.
Yeah.
And this is like near the time.
So yeah, it's gonna zoom in on her. She's in the back. She's got the red hair.
Oh yeah, she's right there.
She's kind of
watch
getting touchy.
Someone is touchy with a 14-year-old kid.
She's kind of got her hands around his back.
She's like hugging him,
rocking
and
him.
like, yeah, dude,
behind.
that's
or no, from the front.
Look at him, dude. Look how short he is.
He's so young, dude. So another thing is like I was thinking like this is the type of shit where like when you're 14, you're like, oh, this is dope. Like it's super cool. And then you get older and you're like, oh fuck, dude. Yeah, I got taken advantage of.
100%. You know,
like this is the shit that fucks you up later.
And I feel like that's
time bomb.
That's like an inverse perspective of like because also,
you do think it's cool right now. Like at that age.
Yeah, you're
like, oh, this is dope.
100%. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I'm not justifying this in any way.
No, this is terrible.
Yeah, no, 100%. And what's crazy is
I'm saying it's a bad thing because it fucks you up later.
I think
you don't realize it in the moment. You're getting fucked up.
For sure, 100%. And I think that this is a rare situation because we're looking at the inverse of a typical situation. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's more often than not in a heterosexual pedophilic case, you see a older man trying to groom a younger woman or girl. You know what I mean? And it's very
it's different.
It's very predatory in the same sense, you know what I mean? But I do think there is a different psyche behind it where you know what I mean? Like we're also I'm not saying that a young girl can't be like this is cool or whatever, but I feel like it's less pursued. I don't know. I feel like there might be a different stigma behind it. You know what I mean?
Usually
in the mentality.
9 times out of 10 it's a dude doing it.
Yeah.
And then just I don't know, it's surprising that like
but
a girl does it too.
Yeah.
It's not usual.
It's not even, I wouldn't say it's surprising, I guess. It's just like to see it.
I think everybody's surprised by this though. Like
for
people
sure
really liked her.
But I see what your point in that like, he was like he can't even realize that he's so young that he can't even realize he is being taken advantage of. You know
I mean, I don't know, how old is 14? Is that like that's like kind of freshman? You're probably like an 8th grade freshman, which I felt old as freshman kind of because I was in high school. But looking back, I was like
so young.
Stupid.
I had braces.
Shit.
You know what I mean? And if I can think about it, you know what I mean? Like if I'm honest with myself, I know I was like relatively sexually active at that age. You know what I mean? But like I'm thinking of myself at 24 and the sexual experience that I attained at 24.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And trying to in any way approach a 14-year-old in their mentality. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, she was 22. That's not far
I'm talking like
22.
14. I'm talking over the pants hand jobs and shit. You know what I mean? Like
oh yeah, I don't want to think about that. But yeah,
no, think about me having sex at 14, Bob.
No, oh. Yeah, with other 14-year-olds.
That's what I mean, though. That's what I mean. Like you're in the realm of your own relativity. I'm not saying that in any way.
It's probably a bad idea, but you can do it.
It's too young to at all be sexually active. I think
it's too young to know all the things that go with it. So
you should be learning in the context of someone who doesn't know as much as you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Exactly.
To be with someone who is 10 years your senior, and not even...
What is the age difference on that?
10, 14, and 24.
No, she wasn't 20. She was 22.
22, 8 then. But regardless, man, the kid's in mid-puberty. I don't know.
That's gross.
It's horrid. It's so predatory.
Well, this is like just kind of... This is mild. Like, it is not all like super duper weird. Or no, it is weird.
Look at this.
Oh, no, I lied.
I lied.
No, I'm kidding. That's weird. That's mega weird.
Let me grab you by the wrist real quick, Bob, and lead you somewhere.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, he's looking way more comfortable. Look, they're being all weird. Nobody said shit.
She's sitting on his lap right now.
I don't think they are. I think they're sitting across from each other.
I don't know.
Personally, if I can tell. It looks like they're hugging across like chairs.
Okay.
Like he's on the setup chair on the back.
Yeah, I did see this. She points at the camera. She points at the camera and she's like,
"Yeah, that I didn't
and then they dip
realize
out.
that, but then he's just looking at her. Oh yeah, that's a kiss face, bro.
Yeah,
that's kind of a kiss face."
She goes, "Nah, bro."
He's looking all nervous and shit.
Nah, my dude.
Oh yeah, camera.
It's like,
Oh no, the camera.
She's like, I'll tell you what, let's get out of here. It's
He's
so gross, man.
No, if you read his tweet longer,
I haven't.
It went beyond this, bro.
I know, you know that. Well, that's why.
When he was like 15, 16, she would like when they were both drunk or something, she would like, which would make her 24. Holy fuck, it's crazy. But she would like fall on top of him and start like making out with him and shit. And then later she went on to like do other things with him. And yeah,
look right here. This one right here is the one that got me. Look at this kid, dude.
Like
she
I know,
towers
dude.
him, fixing her
He's
hair.
middle school.
Immediately,
he's middle school. I would think this was the dopest shit ever. If I was him, I'd be like, yo, I'm the pimp of the town. Everyone bow before me. But like I said,
look at him though, dude.
I know. That's what I mean.
He's a baby,
and he didn't realize it till like now. I think she's almost 30 now.
That is entirely in her lap, man.
That's what I mean. Like, it's so fucked up because I don't know. It's such a weird dynamic. Like I'm saying, because like I said, it's when you were in middle school and fucking somebody was dating a girl that was like 18. You were like, what the fuck, dude?
Nice, dude.
Yeah, like you're like,
oh, dude,
shit,
that's so cool,
what
dude. You're being mentally and
How?
sexually taken advantage of, man. That's fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah, but even looking back, it just doesn't.
Dude, your innocence is entirely being stolen from you.
Fucking
you bet,
it's
dude.
Dope, but like I said, now he's
no, I know.
He put out the thing.
Memeing.
I know, but like now he put out the thing was like this kind of was weird.
And good for him.
Yeah, that's one of the.
How old is he now? 18.
I don't know, but he's definitely.
That's from 2016. So 4 years later, he's 18 now.
This boy is young.
Yeah, man, that's sick. And then that was around the same time.
So then that happened because she's really big in the community. She's like a commentator in the main events.
It's crazy how deep this, how widespread this specific
really
issue is.
It really is. It's sad.
It's gross.
I was maybe expecting a few.
You were?
Not. I was never expecting it, but after like
you had a couple on your wish list.
After like one or two, I was like, okay,
a few more will come
this
forward.
might be a thing. Yeah. And then the CaptainZach thing happened with Nairo, which I think was probably the biggest.
And this is the one that hit you hard because Nairo's your boy.
Or
no,
Nairo was everybody's boy. That was the thing.
Oh, don't
everybody.
I'm saying he was your boy.
He
was your favorite.
Kinda.
This thing on?
I don't know. Don't make claims for me. I can speak for myself, nerd.
All right, you're right.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, yeah. So Nairo, everybody liked Nairo. I think he was literally he was the most widely liked. It seems like because he had a following from Brawl.
Yeah,
he had like the most successful stream.
I enjoyed watching him on stream, man. He was funny. He was cool.
Yeah, and like all the people
funny.
On,
is cool.
It was a good stream when he was on. It was funny. I watched like the reveals when they would come out and shit, and it was good. But then turns out when a 15-year-old comes to you and says, "Can I rub your nipples?" Ugh. This man just can't say no.
And that's when
he has said no up to this point, but at this point in time, he was like, "You know what?"
That's the question you say no to, though.
That is the question you say no to. Well, the thing was, so here it was. There's a lot of pretense. I mean, you don't just get to that point. You don't just like push someone against the wall and be like.
So like they were basically on tour together, right? Like going on from tournaments and like a group of guys.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, they would see each other a lot. If you're a good player and that's your life as you're going to all these tournaments, there's like a tournament every weekend.
That's anything though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you get good at music, you like start making your own music. People like to hear it. You travel it. You know what I mean? You go on tour. True. You say you let other people hear it. You're good at basketball. You start playing games in different cities, different places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it was relevant what our friend said when we were playing Halo the other day. He talked about Tony Hawk, like, and just in general, like when there were like these like skate teams that would sponsor these kids. You know what I mean? Like these 13 to 16-year-old kids, and they would like go to these tournaments and did the same thing. You know what I mean? They were like there was like a big conspiracy back then about how they would get trashed and fucking like 14-year-old kids. And I mean, going to hotel rooms and shit. Like,
I'm like, wait, they get beat up.
No, like drunk,
fucked up.
Like, yeah, like fucked up. Yeah, like just
the
like
other way.
Yeah, just getting like, you know what I mean. And imagine what kind of sexual things happen there. You know what I mean? Like, because skateboarding, that you can skate professionally until you're like 35. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Tony Hawk's still doing it, but he's one of the few.
Yeah,
that's like the one
he's
guy.
He's not even really still doing it, but but
no, he's got a family shit. He just puts out a weird video game.
My point is though, is you're good. You have a skill and you're good at it. You join a team where other people are good at it. You end up traveling with these people. The thing with Smash is that kind of the same thing with skateboarding is that you start so young. You get so young in like
just playing a game, they go to tournaments.
Like what'd you say before about like, you know, these tournaments?
What? Oh, well, yeah, they're like the landscape for it because they're held. It's like a big ass tournament with like thousands of people held at a hotel,
right?
Where, you know, if you're good and you're like 15, you will travel across the country to go to this tournament. Fucked up.
Win $5,000. Fuck yeah, man.
Not even. This is the lowest paying esport.
Yeah.
Like, or one of the ones. Like
it depends what you're playing.
You'll be fucking.
Dude, Face Clan? Dude, they're
no, like Smash Bros is one of the lowest paying esports.
Yeah.
It's not sponsored by. It's the brand.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Especially not now, man.
Oh no, the big shit's probably gonna dry up, and it sucks because right before Corona happened, literally right before, a lot of the tournament organizers were holding a Smash World Tour. So like a lot of other games like Street Fighter and shit, they have like a World Tour series where they hold tournaments from all around the world, and the main objective is not to it's to bring people in, but they want to get like a world ranking kinda.
Okay.
And they sign up, you know, they get these other people in the network, and you need to report this shit back to us, and then these people will be invited to another thing that we'll hold and stream, and it'll be smaller, and then those people will be invited to another thing that's even smaller.
Almost like a word of mouth network that kind of like spreads.
It's like an official thing,
right?
Like, you know, where you would move up a ladder into a more exclusive competition with better players, basically. And it was the first time that Smash had ever done this, and it was like about to be like probably one of the biggest things ever.
When did that call? As soon as like Corona?
And then Corona happened, literally. Like then shit started shutting down. And
because right now all we have is what, GSP?
Don't get me started on GSP, dude. It's so annoying. It's the worst fucking ranking system ever. It's the most casual.
I just don't know why they don't adopt
ranking system.
Pokemon has it down, man.
Pokemon has had it down. They've had tournaments. They've been sponsored by Nintendo. They have a junior league and an adult league.
That's because it's so innocent. But that's
for a reason.
Who imagine? Yeah, that's true.
That's a reason.
But it can't though, because like there are 14-year-olds who are better than 25-year-olds at Smash.
And same with Pokemon, dude. I bet you there's tons of.
That's true.
Fuck, dude. Hold on. Pause. The Smash World Tour was supposed to kick off. It was supposed to be really big. It was going to be really big. Then
Corona killed that too.
And then everything went online, and then people went crazy because they had to fight Sonic. Literally, that was a whole week-long drama thing. Was just Sonic online is so broken.
Yeah.
Literally, when I seen somebody, one of the people that had organized the Smash World Tour has been like, he calls himself the video game scientist, basically, because there's different types of people.
Do you endorse that? Is it self-proclaimed?
Oh no, it's he uses the numbers to understand things and makes videos about them, basically. Okay. So he literally is like a labbing dude. That's what they call it, labbing. When you're like trying to figure out the game at like a very basic number level.
Right.
That's, whatever.
Got it.
Anyway, so yeah, he makes that stuff, and he showed like just how bad, like how
mathematically,
how far away Sonic has to be, or you have to be from Sonic to react.
Yeah.
To fucking homing attack, which is, it's like half the stage, dude. It's like half the stage. You just have to shield. Like you can't react. Like you can't just see him coming at you. Like he showed you, this is how far you need to be offline. Like, and it's like 2 blocks, and online it's like 5.
Did you do anything on Zelda?
No, probably not.
No,
I don't think so. All she has that's cool is the ledge cancel.
Yeah,
that's her cool thing. Mewtwo has it too, though. So does Palutena.
But ultimately, the big thing is these tournaments are just breeding grounds for just to putting
the big ones,
2 different age groups together.
2 different age groups together that sometimes hang out in a hotel together. Or there's also the Sky House, which was like a house full of Smashers, like a mansion, literally.
Right. That
housed, like during the Smash 4 era, a guy who was really popular got leased to a mansion, and rented out rooms in it to a bunch of the notable top Smash players, and they could play in the California region, which is like a really big like thing. It's one of like that's the main ones. It's like the East Coast and the West Coast. There's the California shit where I don't know, a lot of players from like Mango, you know who that is. He's he's a cool player. He's really cool. And there's Mewtwo King, who's from like literally Cinnaminson, New Jersey. It's across the bridge.
Right.
And and those are the two notable scenes. So they lived in the West Coast, and it turns out this house was just like kind of that, just these two age groups like smacking together sometimes. And
were they literally smacking together? Like was that also happening there too, or is there speculation?
It seems like I don't know. There's definitely some things where maybe
ultimately
hard maybe he got on stream like for his statement.
Yeah.
And was just going crazy. Like I said, a lot of people that have nothing that I watched that have nothing to do with Smash have been like talking about this, and it's honestly just embarrassing to watch.
Yeah,
because you're like, fuck, I like this game.
So like,
it's like if Call of Duty just everybody was a pedophile. Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I think it's a problem on both sides because it's a problem with. I don't want to say specifically CaptainZach, but like, you know, people that are like in his position and have his mentality, because he's definitely taking advantage of these older players too. I'm not saying that these older players are completely at fault. You know what I mean? And like,
I mean to do that at all is just an obvious flag on the play. You know,
you need to know where you land. Like
I feel like that. The reason I talk about these other things is because I feel like they don't get enough attention, and these things are so fucking obvious. Do not accept sexual advances from minors.
Yeah.
Can we all agree?
That's like the first thing you learn.
I feel like I start with that when I wake up. Like, okay, do not accept sexual advances from minors. Then get breakfast. These are my objectives.
And continue my mantra.
Continue. Says like I feel dirty just even talking about it.
It is gross.
But so apparently they were kind of like cuddling at tournaments, which was weird, and they wound up hanging out in a hotel room. And Zach wound up rubbing his nipples, and he was like, "Let me schnob on your knob, like corn on the cob."
And then Zach comes forward about.
He comes forward about like that's the thing. That's what's so fucked up about it. He's like, I don't want to hurt Nairo, but I was 15 and I sucked his dick, basically. And he's like, I can't carry this weight anymore of me sucking his dick. Please, I need to get this out there. I sucked his dick, and I wanted to at the time.
I just like,
but now it is convenient for me.
Yeah,
literally, because I mean, just farming victim points. That was the biggest victim card I've ever laid. That was like the Exodia of victim cards.
And I don't want to victim blame in any way, because
that's the thing in question.
Because
like, is he really a victim if he's just like
people of sexual? Here's my point. People of sexual abuse should be heard. And they should always speak out.
Yeah.
And should be heard. And
definitely.
You know what I mean? Because it's rampant. It's a big problem.
Obviously.
Sadly. Yeah, no matter what your scene is. And but also there needs to be a level of accountability here, I think, for CaptainZach, because I think it's weird the way the community is responding entirely.
Yeah, because people were talking about unbanning him. People were talking about because he's already it's a lifetime ban. He can't come back ever.
Yeah, that's wild to me. I don't think I think
a lot of people get lifetime bans.
I think he should
crazy enough
stay lifetime ban.
Yeah,
100%. And
so
it's funny because so you know how we
obviously manipulating people.
We were recently featured in whatever the Gloom Shot videos. I was reading the comments because CaptainZach had a clip featured in one of them too.
Oh really?
And one of the comments on one of our older videos said, I don't think CaptainZach, can we? He said they asked can we ban CaptainZach from being put in the algorithm? I don't think his clip should be in here. And I thought it was interesting too because the other day when we were streaming, he was streaming Smash too, and he had like 256 people watching him. So like I just think it's and a lot of people I feel like are just like when they come out with their statements, they're like, I feel so bad for Zach. And like
that's what
I feel bad for
it's
anyone.
So black and white to people. They just see you victim and perpetrator,
right?
Like it's a fucking I don't even know, like a Hitchcock film, you know?
Yeah.
When really it's just kind of like there's a lot of gray here, like
entirely.
Like I don't think Nairo is Jeffrey Epstein, which a lot of people seem to think he is.
I don't think he is either. I don't think he's innocent. I think he should have better judgment. But
that's what I mean. Like, I don't think he's a true blue like pedo.
But I also
as
think,
in like he's like farming kids off of fucking backyards.
True blue
you know.
But can I get that on a T-shirt?
But true blue pedo. Ew.
Ew.
You wear that around town.
Ew.
Oh
No,
my god.
no.
Why did you put it on a T-shirt then?
I don't know. I'm just saying it's a funny thing to say.
True blue pedo. Ew.
It's gross.
This is how I identify. But like he definitely, for whatever reason, did not have the forethought to say just
here's my argument too. It's
grossly illegal.
It's grossly illegal
and gross.
But you're also
Please
very
leave
young
me
at
alone.
20 and incapable of being manipulated.
Yeah. If you're not, especially like I said, these people are not socially adept.
I guess
They are like they hang out. Literally, they play video games all day. Like that's all. Like they don't go outside. They don't. They are like the extreme, you know.
Right.
And so they're just not socialized. So if someone comes along, boy, girl, whoever, dog, cat, and says, "Hey, I'll suck your dick," a lot of these guys are not in a position to turn that down.
I think I may be an oversimplification, but
it's kinda, but like,
I
it's
see,
not
but I see,
because
but I see your point.
That's what's basically happened. These bunch of like, you know, socially awkward people find themselves able to, you know, or just they have something in common with these kids. Like you relate to them in that way, but you don't relate to them any other way. And so they start relating to them in Smash. They form a relationship through that, and for some reason decide to take it further than, oh, you like the game too? Cool.
I also like to suck dick.
That's a coincidence.
I like having my dick sucked.
It's like it's for some reason it goes that far. Or the girl who was doing, you know, messing around with a 14-year-old. It's obviously like you want to justify it away, but it's
can't.
so like, huh? What'd you do now? You did what?
It just feels like it needs to be rebuilt.
It's gonna have to. I saw somebody say like Smash Community 2 or something, or just seriously. Literally like seriously. I think that's a good name to kind of separate it from whatever, because sponsors are not going to want to touch this for a little while, you know, or a long while. It depends.
For sure.
I mean, I'm sure there'll be some people who are like, you know, who are really diehards. I mean, they saved Melee, they, you know, saved Smash over and over again because people love the game. And it's always been about the grassroots. Like there was never this has been like the high tide of Smash. Like
this is the
Melee,
most it's ever
Ultimate, it's all in the it's as big as it's ever been, like you said. And so to watch it come crashing down like that is rough, but also it's always been about the grassroots.
It's our time. It's your time to shine, Bob.
It's my time to shine. There's still good ass players.
Speaking of which, we gotta go have birthday cake for you.
Yes, we do have to go.
So we got to call this podcast.
I think we're calling it. That was a good. That was a good length
on pedophilia.
Yeah. So everybody sucks. World is 50% good, 50% bad,
and
everybody needs to get along.
I don't know which side is winning right now.
Yeah.
But thank you for watching our podcast. We appreciate you listening,
NBC,
watching.
We were just reporting the news.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, just put us right there with Renation off the top.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
That is a local reference. Bye.